So I've kind of wanted to make a video about this for a while, because I really feel like a lot of people are speaking out about this. Really, it's like when a lot of people think, and I don't know, honestly, I hope I can even try to spit out everything I'm feeling into a video, but dealing with a narcissist, it's soul crushing. It truly is, for anyone that actually has one. I mean, I really try, and I really try, and it seems like, and I don't want to be negative, because I know that then that's just making everything worse, but it's like it's really confusing. For example, this is a beautiful sunshiny day, and I feel as if my chest is constricted. I feel like an overwhelming sense of just futility, despair, pain, unmet needs. And I see myself, like, I just got back from walking my son and dropping him off at preschool. And I'm pretty good at, like, controlling myself. I'm not having mood swings or anything. I just want to try to describe what it's like being married or having kids with a narcissist, because maybe I'll look back at this and my hope is that I can continue to do what I'm doing and that things will eventually get better for me. But it's like I keep trying all the time. I mean, I'm seeing like little glimpses of getting better, but a narcissist will basically deny you of anything that could be considered a normal, basic need that anyone would assume or just take for a given that they would receive within a relationship. And then make you long for it so much that you have to almost beg them for it. And then instead of them seeing you writhing in pain from what they're withholding from you, they will then tell you reasons why you don't deserve it, why you don't deserve basic respect, why you don't deserve to breathe on this earth, pretty much. I live a life of solitude and celibacy because I married a narcissist. It consists of crying a lot. Being alone. By the time I was like pretty much in the middle of our relationship, I had almost put up an armor or shielded myself so that I didn't feel it. But then it was like, that's no way to live either. You don't want to have to shield yourself or block yourself off from all feelings, because you can do that as a survival mode for a little bit. But that is no way to live life. You know, we're meant to be creatures that can feel and, you know, soak things in. Not kind of just bumble around like zombies, you know. And so I started taking steps to heal myself energetically. A lot of meditating, a lot of inner soul work, a lot of hypnotherapy, past life regressions, because there's something inside of us that the narcissist wants to feed on. And that needs to be cleared out so that that doesn't keep happening. From my understanding, I'm obviously doing it all wrong, because I can't seem to get to the point where this doesn't bother me. I literally wake up every day and I fight for air. I fight to feel just okay. I would be happy with just feeling okay. I decided to give my now estranged husband an ultimatum about a year ago. He's actually been gone for about a year now, give or take like a week. All I wanted was to reconnect. All I wanted was to get time spent with me and like intimacy, and I didn't want to communicate with anger anymore. I didn't want somebody coming home from work, like I'll be at home with my kids doing the whole mom thing, and I have a hard enough time with that as it is. And then instead of coming home and being nice, he would come home and just get angry, full of rage. And he doesn't see this. Like they I don't know if they don't see it or what, but like he would be so cruel. I mean, it would literally pierce through my heart and soul. It would the energy that he would allow to flow out of him was poisoning me and my kids. And I said, you know, I don't know what's happened. And it's like, it wasn't horrible every single day. It wasn't horrible every single day, but it was more often than not. And what I wanted was for us to go to either some, get us enrolled in counseling so that we can both, whatever had been instilled in both of us as children is obviously toxic. I can see this. I can see I'm not perfect, of course. I'm not claiming to be. But I really, really want to learn better communication, better, I want to understand. It's like he tells me I'm not doing what he wants, but then he won't tell me what he wants and stuff like that. And it's like, I don't know. I tell him what I want and he tells me like I don't deserve what I want. So I had to make some decisions, and my decision was not at all made lightly at all. I mean, when you are inside of a house with someone and what's supposed to be a relationship or anything, a marriage with someone, it's like you don't really stop thinking about it. You just wonder. And so I listen to the experts, and they say you can't change them. If they're really a narcissist, you can't change them. You have to leave. If somebody's abusing you emotionally, and they're unwilling to work through it, then you have to leave. And that's the only way things will get better. No way would I have volunteered for what came after that. At this point in my life, I pretty much feel like I'm probably not smart. Among other things, nothing got better when I ended my relationship with my narcissist. In fact, things got worse. Way worse. Just to give you an idea right now, I have $120 in my bank account. At the beginning of the month, I somehow was overdrafted by $170. He went to work full-time and often overtime. He was the financial husband of the whole thing. And I have some side hustles that I run, but it is nowhere near sustainable to pay for life. It's like a little something extra, basically, so I can have my own quality stuff for free because I didn't want to spend the money for it. You know what I mean? Like, extra cash here and there. But I'm in a position to where I have a hard time. My rent was due 3 days ago. I haven't got to even write out the utility bills yet because $100, I feel like, what if there's an emergency? And then my kid just told me he ripped his jeans, and he only has 2 pairs anyways. I mean, that's why I feel bad. Like, he should have way more than he has. But, like, his dad never paid any child support in his whole life. So now, but it's like, I'm not going to deny my kid having more than 1 pair of jeans, So it's like, I'm going to give my kid the money for jeans. And on top of that, now my family's broken apart because my narcissist wants to be a dad all of a sudden. Like, one of the very big issues that we had was that he didn't help me with the kids. He didn't want to participate. I was tired of taking my kids to things like family functions, family fairs, festivals, things like that, alone, because I wasn't supposed to be alone. I got married because I want somebody to be with me. And I just can't even understand my life right now. Like, why did I allow myself to get involved with a person who really thinks this about me? Like, I'm not good enough to be anything. And I just wanted that feeling of, like, love, togetherness, you know? I mean, it's like, I want to put our kids to sleep together every night and then just be on the couch together, like, watch a show, or, like, it doesn't always have to be about sex. It's like, yeah, I want to fucking have sex. Like, I want held, I want kissed. But instead of ever doing that, he would go down to a basement instead. So I was alone anyway. I just want to, like, live my life with someone. And I get a lot of shit for it. Everyone's, oh, you need to be independent, you need to do this, you need to do that, you know, you need to stop caring. And it's like, I can't. It hurts. Like, it sucks. I can't deny that it really fucking sucks. And I try so hard. I mean, every single day in and day out, I am trying to clear this. I mean, I'm about to go into the woods and do a meditation right now. I try to, you know, find things to be grateful for, and it's like without that feeling of belonging and being cared for, it's really hard for anything else to mean anything. So, I don't know. You know? I don't know. My narcissist confuses me. Like, he'll want me to send him hot pictures, but then he won't just be with me, and he won't just, like, I don't know. And I want to not let it bother me. And I try so hard to find that everyone says, like, that's inside, you know, like, that light and that strength that's supposed to be in you. I try to find it every day. And then, like, usually by nighttime, I can, like, listen to enough meditations that I can try to get the pain from what he's putting me through out of me. And then in the morning, it just starts again. So then I have to, like, clear stuff upon clearing stuff. And I am here on this earth to endure pain. I've always asked him to please do family things together, to, like, I just wanted it, if ever, to have a nice time, a nice life. There's a field trip coming up for our son's preschool, and it's like, you know, parents are to come along, and it's kind of a far drive, and I have a hard time with driving places. I don't know where I am, not to mention I have a very old vehicle, and the tires are completely bald, and I don't feel confident and safe to drive places that I don't know where we are. And on top of that, of course, I would rather have a family experience. So, you know, I asked if he would go along, and he reluctantly agreed. And it's like, he just texts me and is like, if you're going to need water, make sure you bring everything you need, because I'm not going to be supplying you with a water bottle. And then he was like, I'm just doing this for my kid. Like, he sent me about 20 texts in a row. Like, I really don't want to hear you. Like, I don't want to hear you if you're having a hard time with the seatbelt. I don't really care. Like, just, like, I don't want to hear anything you have to say. And, like, usually when I go somewhere with him, like, I just sit there. Or, like, maybe turn around and say something to my kid, but it's not like I try to have a conversation with him. You know, I don't want to do that. I'm riding in the vehicle with him. I'm not going to, like, purposely try to make somebody mad when they're driving my son and me in their car. But, like, he'll get so mad. Like, just get so mad. Like, at my existence. Like, I don't want to be around someone who feels that I'm the worst burden, annoying, not worth a water bottle. Like, gosh. I wanted to be like, hey, who's ready to go to the apple farm? This is going to be awesome. Let's get drinks on the way. It's going to be about a 40-minute drive. It's early, too. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning, you know? Like, I was like, I would have rather had some Starbucks, you know, like, or something. And he just, like, sends me 20 more texts about, oh, of course you do, or yeah, this and this and that. And, like, I mean, even if it wasn't Starbucks or something, like I'll pack my own tumbler maybe, but, like, just the point, like, I'm not allowed to want that, and I don't deserve it. I don't deserve to have a happy time. And the fact that someone hates me that much, it does bother me. It does bother me because I'm watching my life fall apart. I'm watching my bond with my son break. I'm watching my house go to shit because I don't have a man here to help me fix stuff up. And I'm, like, trying to put myself in the mindset that says, this is all for a purpose. This pain is all for a purpose, and something amazing is coming. If I can just learn, if I can just teach myself, or just teach my brain to not let this bother me, and just act like everything is fine, so that something fine will come to me. I try this. I want a love. I want a real love. I want somebody who comes home to me and is happy to see me. Somebody who thinks that I'm cute. Somebody who likes me for who I am on the inside. Somebody who wants to eat meals together. Somebody who will build me up instead of tear me down, and stop telling me everything's so bad about myself. Like, I already know. I just want to find one person who thinks that I deserve love. And I've got to be that person for myself, they say. And I'm trying. I'm trying. Like, I do things. I take the advice of the experts. They say, what would somebody who loves themselves do? And I try to do those things, I feel like I'm if anybody actually was watching me, and they would see how hard, and not hard, but like how dedicated I am. I am so dedicated to healing myself, because nobody more than me wishes for a life change. God, this is a hell on earth for me. And I don't want it to be. But living a life of solitude with no connection and having needs constantly not being met is suffering, because I am a human being. Like, even though I know through all my studies I am a soul having a temporary human experience. I came here for a reason. I came here to endure this pain. I came here to live through my worst nightmares. And I'm living through it. If you call it living, my body is producing air. My heart is beating. But when you're in the cloud and the reality of being with a narcissist, if you like that label, if you don't like that label, then, put your own label in there. Being with a man who denies you everything. I want to be able to feel happy with my kids. I want to feel happy with my life, not just fake it and say that I am. I want the feelings there, And I do feel really good when I meditate, because it takes me out of reality. But I think trying to deny that my reality is painful is also just a Band-Aid, Dealing with a narcissist is painful. And here you can see me how hurt I am from it. And this isn't even the half of it. You don't see me just falling apart in my bed, freezing to death, wondering why this man that I married just doesn't want to be in my bed with me. And I feel like I feel so devoid of any human pleasures. I want my sweetie to want to cuddle up next to me every night. Like, to be happy to be with me. I try so hard to be a good person. And it's like, no matter what I do, it's just never enough. I try really hard to have self-love because they keep saying, until you have self-love, no one will ever love you. And that's obviously what's happened my entire life. But it's like, how do you do it? I thought leaving him was, or not, I thought leaving him was loving myself. But it just made everything worse. And he loves it. He laughs at me. He went out and bought a brand new car. He's having his best life without me. He tells me what a burden I am. He thinks I should just give my kids all to their dad and leave state. Because everyone else can be a better parent than I can. Maybe I should. I mean, this is like, something's gotta change, but it's not. Yesterday he yelled at me because he's like, why the fuck would I want to fucking be with somebody like you? He's like, something about 2 years ago when my one son, who's like a grown-ass teenager now, he hasn't even stayed here for a fucking year and a half. He's mad at me because 2 years ago, my son was giving me a bunch of shit, and I messaged him at work because I was crying about it. He's like, just screaming at me about it. Like, I have no right to text the man that I'm married to. Like, I'm like, am I really the only wife in the world who would message their husband about some shit going on if their kids aren't behaving? And he makes me feel like I have no right to do that. But, like, I'm catching on to him, I'm catching on to stuff now. I'm catching him in he married me. We were together for 4 years before we got married. He knew that I had all these kids. Or, like, coming home from work and he would, like, start screaming in rage at me because there's a pile of dishes in the sink. Like, I don't know about you, but when you cook and you feed people and then they all eat off their own plates and their own cups, there's probably 3 big pots, a skillet, silverware, numerous cups, and numerous plates, because I would literally cook and feed everyone. And if I didn't have time to clean it all up, which usually I didn't, because then I'd have to go do something else or meet immediate needs, or then I'd have to go do something else, and this man would come home and scream and rage at me. He would wash the dishes. He would wash them, but he'd sit there and scream about it, throwing cups, throwing pans, making a huge racket about, God, you fucking lazy cunt, And it's like, do you not see that I've just fucking created a homemade meal for my family? But I'm a fucking lazy, worthless cunt. Like, I didn't want to live with somebody saying this stuff to me anymore. I didn't want my kids to hear somebody saying this to me. And I think I made a video before. This is like, probably I'll name this one part 2. Choose one suck over the other. Because it's one thing to have your heart and soul completely ripped out on almost a daily basis. And it's like in your head, it's like in your heart, I try to think, gosh, he tells me that I'm ungrateful or entitled or something. And it's like, am I not entitled to be treated in a nice way from the guy I'm with? And then he'll name all these reasons why I don't deserve him to be nice, because he'll say, I never let him sleep in on a Saturday or something. And I say, so the fact that I woke up 4 times in the middle of the night to feed our newborn baby, this was at the time when my son was still a newborn, waking up at night. And then he would be off on Saturday and Sunday, and I would want him to wake up in the morning so I could try to catch up on a little bit of sleep. That was like what I needed. Not only to recover from that rough pregnancy and birth, but because of the fact that I'm nursing a child all night and then taking care of 2 other toddlers. And like, he would make me feel like I really didn't deserve a husband who would just let me sleep. Like, he would scream at me. And then on the days that he actually would let me sleep, when I did come downstairs, which was never even past like 10 or 11. It's not like I was sleeping till 2. The baby would wake up at like the crack of dawn, 6:45, 7, up, ready to go, you know? If he would, I would sleep till about 10. But then when I would come down, what anyone would want to come down to is, oh, hey, good morning, beautiful. Maybe a hug. No, I didn't get that. God, must be fucking nice, you lazy fucking cunt. I'm down here running circles around you already because you're so fucking lazy. I'm down here. I done cleaned the whole house and I got this kid fed already. You can't fucking do shit. I thought I'd be better off without that. And I guess I am, but I'm not. He knows he's fine without me. I'm not fine without someone. I feel like I'm drowning. I'm drowning in bills.